Welcome, gentlemen and ladies. Or you're supposed to say ladies first, aren't you?
Yeah.
Generally,
that is what you were supposed to do.
Cut here. Welcome, ladies.
What's our Twitter? DweeboYT.
DweeboYT.
Unfollow, dislike, unretweet.
Don't do that.
Comment your balls.
Don't do that. Strike the cut right here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hangouts, the show where we get a little nuts. How nuts, you ask? You'll just have to watch and see.
These chicks look like twins. Who are these people?
I don't know yet. This is new to me.
Is this anime?
It's more than anime. It's a game-ame.
Game-ame.
Today on Hangouts, the show where we sit down, maybe older games we do commentary on, talk about our memories, but not today. There's no memories of this. Well, we'll talk about memories maybe of the older games, perhaps. But this is a brand new game, Dragon Quest XI. This is still so loud. The trumpets are just, I feel like they're right in front of me.
This is the classiest music I've ever heard in a video.
It is classy.
It's like the most traditional it could be.
So, we are playing Dragon Quest XI, the brand new Dragon Quest for the current gen of game systems. The last Dragon Quest that was on a console that we got here, this is excluding 10, that was the MMORPG.
That was an MMO?
Yeah, and that was only in Japan, that never came here. And that was on Wii.
They really are like another Final Fantasy series.
The last one that was console was Dragon Quest VIII in 2005.
I remember that game. I remember that as the game that looked like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, because
that's my entire memory. And the bouncy blue
Akira, what's his name? Tamanaro. I'm gonna mess up.
Nailed it. Sakaguchi drew it in.
Sakaguchi drew it in. He colored between the lines. But yeah, it was the guy who did the Dragon Ball art. Came on and did this, and I believe he did these as well.
Was that the first time he did that series?
I want to say 7 had a lot of, looked like it, so it might have been 7 actually.
Okay.
PS1, but this, we welcome you to the new, what's it called? Illusion of the Lost. Illusion of the Lost.
Dragon Quest X1
Echoes
Illusion
of the Illusion Age. Dragon Quest Swords was for the Wii. Was the last Wii. Oh, mainline. Yeah, I'm talking more mainline, but yeah. They also, they had, I forgot that, they had a on-rails, you took the Wii remote and you sliced up, like, enemies. Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Oh my gosh.
So there was other ones, but mainline, this is the first one since 2005.
Was this Dragon Warrior? I heard people say it used to be called Dragon Warrior.
It's a Dragon Warrior in Japan. And over here it's called Dragon Quest. They might all together have changed it to Dragon Quest.
Like that pink and yellow and blue logo. That's pretty tight.
It's pretty cool. So enough talking. Let's play the game.
Let's get to doing. You should continue.
I'm going to continue.
Oh, you were already playing. Okay, I thought we were getting a fresh start.
I'm 21 minutes in. I got past the boring stuff. Oh no, they're going to tell you.
Are you Zach?
Yes. I made my name Zach.
You guys are firm friends since the beginning. Being born on the very same day, both have come of age at last. Okay, nice.
So we climbed this thing, went up there, and found monsters, basically. So
I love this because in our JRPGs, when I step away from my save for a couple months, I have no idea what the heck's going on.
Yeah, I like when games kind of.
I like this. Is this old Mario? Is that this? That's what's going on.
Here's what I've done so far.
Thank you, Mario.
So they told the mayor of the spectacular sights they saw. Upon hearing this, Dunstan explains that the purpose of the ceremony is to show them the breathtaking breath of Edria. So we kind of looked at all that at the field and said, wow.
Edria,
yeah, that's kind of the earth, basically, I guess. Or maybe the country. I think it's the country.
You've come of age, and the mayor wants you to return home to your mother, Amber. What a normal name. And tell her of your experience atop.
Hello, Amber.
Did you really climb a mountain, or are these all euphemisms? Like
I literally
climbed the mountain, the breadth and the width. Okay.
I literally walked up.
You actually did that. Okay.
What's up, AOI 2012? Thanks for joining us. Are we sounding okay?
Oh, dude, you're at church, bro.
So this is where you save.
At church?
Yep.
Dude, How about that?
It was pretty funny because I was like, where do I save in this game? I have to save, and I was like, I think my memory from 2005 with Dragon Quest VIII, I was like, I think it's in a church, and sure enough, it came.
This immediately feels like a PS2 game out of time.
Yes, it reminds me a lot of Dragon Quest VIII. Went back from the line.
Tor.
I think this would be a perfect. For you to offer a prayer of thanks, don't you? So, this is the game. Big, huge improvement over the other ones. We now have a running button.
I was about to say, I can see you can sprint.
We can sprint now.
That animation's great.
Yeah, the game looks freaking beautiful.
It really does.
The cell shading stuff they've nailed.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
So we're gonna go out here. I do like the no loading and just go straight into the. I can't remember if the last game was like that. I don't think it was.
I doubt it.
I think it loaded.
Wow.
So this is kind of the world.
Okay. Was this the starting town? Is this your girlfriend?
This is my childhood.
That's not Amber.
No, this is Gemma. Oh man,
good. I'm glad that's not your mom.
Her name's Gemma. So here's some of the townspeople. They're nice.
I like his haircut.
Yeah, they got a nice bowl cut there. Hello there, young Zach. Do you know what's good? Prayer. That's what. You should get down to church every chance you get. Every time I pray, I feel all my troubles slipping away. It'll make a new man of you. Take my word for it. So this is the Christian simulator.
Yeah, I was going to say, this literally seems like very peaceful, and there's God-fearing people. Yeah. Are they all happy, too?
I think so. I'll always remember you when you were little.
Water.
Going fishing with the old Chalky.
That water's pretty...
Oh, yeah, the water's really great. This is good water.
This one's the BioShock Award for Water of the Year.
Yes, you'd sit there for hours on that funny three-sided rock out by the falls. Just the two of you. So another new thing with this game is there's voice acting. And this girl has a Scottish accent.
Really?
It kind of reminds me of what they did with Xenoblade. With the Xenoblade Chronicles, they had all these, like, they didn't ever localize it fully for over here, so they had all these, like, European, Scottish, very thick accent actors. Man, but yeah, it looks freaking great.
Wow.
Like I said, I'm only 20 minutes in, so I forgot what we need to do. I think we need to go talk to Amber, right? Yeah. Oh, I went in here. This is a... I think I went in here and they wouldn't let me do anything. Yeah, it won't let me do it. I don't know what I want to be doing. I think it's spells, but I can't do it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, these games are a lot like Final Fantasy.
They've always struck me as a little more... I don't know, wholesome's not the right word.
There's a lot of charm.
Charming in a way that... Final Fantasy's got a charm to it, but this is like more whimsical. Yes. Maybe?
It's... AOA 2012 says, do you plan to finish it? Yeah, I'm only 20 minutes in. I don't...
he was scarred by the Xenoblade 2.
Because I shut that down.
It sounds like that was like a therapy session. I never watched that, but...
Yeah, I tore that game to
shreds. You played that game for a minute, then you did a hangout, and then next thing I knew, you packed it up and you sold it, which you do not do. And if you've seen Zach's videos of his room, he don't sell his games, he keeps them. So
yeah,
it had to have been significantly not up to par.
It was just not what I was wanting from the game. So
as a sequel to Xenoblade, or as a continuation?
And now I need to settle down and live happily ever after. Granddad, honestly.
Oh, it's Gemma's granddad.
So these games, to me, I was so divided on getting this because this takes like 50 or 60 hours to beat. These are like an investment, these RPGs. So I was really on the fence. But the thing about these games is that they have a charm to them and they're just cozy. This is like, I'm not like with Dead Cells. That game is like has me on the edge, and I'm like every single second counts, and like I'm really
kind of just be in this world.
This one I'm just kind of more relaxed. It is turn based, and I'll probably get to that more in a second once we get to the fighting. Once we go, nothing was up there.
Yeah, I have an impression from what I've heard about this game about its fighting, and I'll wait until you get into a battle.
There's got to be something up here. I'm gonna jump out this window. Let me get here. Oh, fast! I'm sprinting. That is sprinting. Okay, let me get here. Let's find Amber. Where's Amber?
Man, I've just come so... Wait, was there a treasure chest?
Yeah, there's a treasure chest here.
I've come so far from like my childhood with like things like Wind Waker, and I was like, this looks stupid. I'll take this kind of stuff like 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
He's just really... beautiful cell shaded look. The colors just burst, and
I was
not right for everything, obviously, but.
Yeah. I was really excited just to get into another giant sprawling RPG like this, like a single-player sprawling RPG.
I feel like that's interesting because just recently I remember you saying, "Stop with the 100-hour games." You literally said, "I'm done with these big games." Once you think you're done, they pull you back in. They play a little bit of Dead Cells, and then you're right back in.
Travis, what's your favorite RPG?
My favorite RPG. Ooh, buddy. I feel like I just did a list. I had to do a list. Okay, I know what my favorite is, but I'll give you a few. I'll give you 3.
Oh, I know which one's on there.
There's other ones in the fringes.
Starts with Star Wars.
That is one of them. So, I would say my favorite. I actually recently voted in like a top RPGs thing on some internet forum, but I really took my list seriously because I really like a lot of games. And I decided that Demon Souls was my favorite RPG that I've ever played. I love that game through and through. One day we will do, I don't know if it's right for Hangouts. Maybe.
We'll figure it out. We'll definitely talk about it.
We're going to do something. One of these days, me and Zach will sit down and we'll do something for the Souls game. And maybe even other dweebs, other buddies, because we have other friends who play them as well. But Demon Souls was the one that started it all.
Look at you.
See, they have all these very thick accent, like...
I hope he wasn't too much of a bother, Gemma dear.
Gemma, dear. Gemma.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Quite the opposite, in fact.
Oh.
You would have been proud if we got attacked by a monster at the top
This
of the
reminds me of
and I ended up hanging
Skellige
onto the
Island.
cliff while
Another great RPG, The Witcher 3. Oh, yeah.
It's just, this kind of just like The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
The graphics, you can just tell by the graphics.
What did you say?
A monster.
That funny little mark? Look.
Goodness me. Okay, so the story so far is he's got this mark on his hand, and when she went off the cliff, this thing started glowing.
His grandfather was right all along.
Is this your mom?
Well, I've been putting
Yes.
this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a little talk.
I'm a big fan of voice acting for big moments and then text for everything
Yeah,
else.
that's what this game is.
Big fan of that.
Ooh, I got a little...
Zelda did the same thing. Big fan of that.
Your grandfather asked me to give you it once you'd come of age and climbed the Tor.
The tour. He's on the dark web.
How did that not get caught by localization?
Truth is,
I mean,
there's something I've been keeping a secret.
they don't
from
own the
these
rights to that.
folks.
You can call it whatever you want. I'm calling my next game the dark web. Truth is, there's something I've been keeping. Oh,
Honey, I
my
need you to
gosh.
go to the Playboy Mansion.
It's... How can I put this now?
I said you're...
You're the reincarnation of the Luminary.
Oh my gosh. Of the Luminary?
That is the least subtle way you could reveal something. I'm not sure how to put this, but you're Jesus, returned from the grave. Who's the Luminary? Is that God?
I don't know.
Destiny, and that there was something you had to do. He said that when you came of age,
You were to head north to the
north
capital.
to the capital, up there in Heliodor. And
Let's show the necklace thingy to the
if you
king.
did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I should. Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor.
Okay, Mom.
Crikey.
Crikey.
Crikey. I like the character design a
Well,
lot.
I can't stop you leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on.
Mom's just ready to get you out of there. How can I say this? You're the reincarnation of the Luminary. But he's too confused by everything he's learned and excited about his coming. So the protagonist is silent all the way through.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I want to
That's how last
I
game
want to
is.
ask you a question, following up on the RPG question.
Yeah.
Do you differentiate in your mind JRPGs from Western RPGs?
Yes.
I do too, and that's where he has favorite RPG, and I'm thinking like Mass Effect, Demon Souls, The Witcher. I'm thinking of some of these games, but then I was like, none of those really compare to a game like this. They're literally almost different genres.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of overlap.
I think it's like an
stats-based,
overarching.
yeah.
Yeah, you can call this is an RPG, but
Sure.
JRPGs are such a defined subgenre that they're like
Because if I
they're
was
very
naming
specific.
my favorite JRPG, Man, I don't know. I came late to those. I didn't play those.
But when it comes to my favorite RPGs, they're all JRPGs.
Yeah. And I think all Western because I played Xbox growing up and N64 didn't really have any. Quest 64, I don't know what was on that.
Did you have Quest 64 or is that just one you mentioned?
I think I picked that up at like a Game Crazy and I don't ever remember doing anything on it. I just remember seeing it. I don't know if I ever had it.
Changed my time.
Like JRPGs, Pokemon. I played Pokemon Yellow and Silver, Crystal, and Ruby and Sapphire a ton.
Why don't they let me in? I could see you. I'll just climb through the window.
And then I still believe Final Fantasy IV is the quintessential just Final Fantasy game. I love that game. Had a blast.
There's a curious power emanates from the root wrapped around the tree. Okay.
Oh, can't sleep either. You remember this I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there something. You know, I always imagined we'd spend our whole life. That's why I was so surprised by what your mum said today. All that stuff about you.
That reincarnation thing.
Those designer boots? Where'd you get those from?
I remember the story my granddad told me. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a horrible monster. When it was all over, the luminary turned into a star.
Oh my gosh, how can you
That's
be
his
up
star,
there?
right there. How can you be the luminary too? I know.
There's an imposter in our
I'm going
midst.
to Heliodor to find out. Listen, we should both be... Goodbye, old friend.
Oh,
She's sad. Falls into a restless summer, then morning comes. Mom's still just standing there.
Oh, this is creepy.
Oh, I'm in my pimp robe.
Clothes fit for a king.
Yeah, I'm a luminary now, dude.
Well, just look at you. You won't forget him, will you?
Your mom would tell you you're like the reincarnation of God. You should probably like get some outside, get a second opinion.
Get a second opinion.
Hey, my mom put something out there.
My mom just said I was this.
Money I'd saved for a rainy day in your pack. Don't.
Yeah, you're going all the way to this other country because she said that?
You need some
This kid needs to go to college. He needs to learn how to ask some basic existential questions
Yeah.
about truth and...
Why don't you visit the village shop before you head off to
Look,
Heliodor?
these are echoes of an elusive time, man.
Yeah.
This is a different era.
Out to wave you off.
Sound like you're in a parade. Is this similar, like lore-wise or like setting-wise to
They
8?
do the same things as Dragon or Final Fantasy. So the slime enemies are kind of like you've seen
Okay.
the blue slimes.
Yeah.
They're kind of staple of the series. They're always
But
some of the similar
wasn't 8
monsters.
like a setting like this, or was it different?
No, it's different.
I don't know why this seems like exactly how I remembered people when they would play
It
8.
just looks like a really high res version of 8. Oh, there's something up here. I'm getting up here. Oh, also they added a feature where you can. Oh my gosh, those logs activated. Isn't
Is
this?
there a jump button?
Oh! I didn't know there was a jump button there.
I was like, what are you?
I've never pressed that button in.
What were you trying to do? Just run?
Well, outside the town when I was doing that climbing, when I was becoming a man, they just let me climb up these rocks, and I had a little X
Okay.
or exclamation mark, and I did it. Oh, dude, I'm gonna do some parkour here for you guys. Oh, okay, I messed up.
That's a jump and a half, bro.
Oh, a quest. What am I to do? Young Zach, you came along just the right time. I got a favorite ass the other day. I was playing with him. My lad, messing around as you do. Well, in a way, he's got this flurry feather that he loves, and well, full I am here to let it blow away. Blew it as far as the roof of your shed. I'd go and get it myself, but I'm not too good at the heights.
My dude's rocking the chin strap.
I know you're a brave young fellow, so I was wondering if you'd mind. Clamber up there. Yeah, I can do it. Yes.
Fetch quest accepted.
I accepted a fetch quest.
This is like a most JRPGs where it's like main story, pretty much fetch quests outside of that, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, there's some JRPGs that aren't that way, but that's pretty
I bet
par for the
this one
course.
is definitely worth my time. Because I'm going to keep his feather. Where is my roof? Oh, frick.
Can you climb that tree? I don't know how you're going to be able to get over there.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I can go this way. Whee. So they've never had jumping in these games either. So we're getting pretty crazy. Finds a piece of pink pine. That don't sound like a feather. Where'd I just come from? Where's my house? This has to be my house. Oh, that was it, yeah.
Pink pine?
I've got a tip. If you ever want to do someone a good turn, look for a purple speech bug. The quest has been transgressed with finesse. I wish someone would say that every time I did so. I wish someone would do that every time I finished.
Give you a big red stamp.
Some are kind of connected in regards to this game. The 3DS version has dungeons from the past DQ games and even connects them to the story. Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I rescind my snicker.
For the most part, I thought it was not.
He just handed me my butt. Who's this lady? Oh.
I've heard all about it. It's Abraham Lincoln. I've heard.
Daniel Day-Lewis is in this game?
Yep.
This is his last role.
This is. Well, before you head off, make sure you visit the shop. You know where it is, of course. Down the slope and across the river.
This is like, you know how like Tupac's hiding in Africa? This looks like Abraham Lincoln's like hiding.
Yeah, in this game. He's been in Dragon Quest the whole time.
Oh my gosh, a house divided.
Whee! I love this game. Woohoo! Woohoo!
You know how old people in games and I guess real life are just always like hunched over?
Yeah,
like,
I noticed that when I was playing
Is that
this.
just gravity has just totally decimated them to the point they can't keep, like, why does that happen?
And they're always having their hand behind them.
Yeah,
in every single RPG. Their hand is behind them as they're hunched over.
Witcher? That's the one thing that reunites West and East. Japanese and Western.
Is back problems.
Back problems in the elderly.
Okay, I've got 215. Let's see if what's Wayfair close.
I'd pick up some of those medicinal herbs. You know what I'm saying, man?
I'm gonna get high.
8 grams.
I'm gonna get high with Gemma.
Are those closed for Gemma?
Would you like to equip the item? Yeah, I'm getting 15.
Your mom just put you in different clothes.
I took them off.
You gotta buy the matching bandana.
Yeah, I gotta get the matching
Like it's not defense, it's defense.
defense.
Attack.
Yeah. Oh, I need that pot lid.
So, this reminds me of a simpler time. This inventory, it couldn't be simpler. And I want to ask a question, and maybe we're getting close to a battle.
Yeah, I know where things are going.
I listened to a podcast, and one of the guys on there was playing this game, and he described the battle system, and I was literally like, that sounds just like if you could distill down basic turn-based combat, like to its most pure, nothing else. That's what this sounded like.
Yeah,
there's nothing else. Like it is literally just not active time.
It is literally
like jobs. Like just literally like Final Fantasy IV without the active time. Like just literally. So is that true? Is that indicative?
That's what it feels like so far. They did add something new. If you get hit so much, basically you can do these, like, I forgot what the name of the attacks are. basically, if you and another like person keep getting hit, eventually it fills up this meter, and you can do different attacks at different times or whatever.
Okay, kind of like the limit break system.
Yeah, similar to that.
Okay,
so they've
gotcha.
added that, but as
Not
far
that
as
that's a bad thing, but it just truly sounded like, you're getting into this game like for traditional JRPG turn-based shenanigans.
yes, so
Like, do not come in expecting like the next big innovation.
yes, and that is exactly how I feel. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna jump off this. This is gonna be the biggest jump on planet Earth. Not that. Okay, I just landed right here.
So with that being the case,
Whee!
and we can hold off on the battle discussion if you want, but
I gotta get out of here.
with that being the case, I'm just curious for your impressions.
So, yeah, when I was already doing the battle, so I did a couple battles. I need to get back because it was basically the slimes, which is always where you
I
start.
think you're 20 minutes into the game,
Yeah.
so
Um,
this guy.
okay, go to the north entrance. Yeah, he's dressed like I dress on Mondays.
Can you not jump over the fence?
No, it wouldn't let me. He said go to the north entrance. That's exactly what we're gonna do. But these games, like you were saying earlier, held back to a simpler time. They you are not going to find giant innovations in this game, and I kind of knew that going. That was kind of why partially I was on the fence.
Not everything
which was,
even needs to be a big
yeah,
innovation.
because this game is a big time commitment to finish it. But again, I think I just came back to like coziness. Like I just love sitting back, turn the lights out. Like I'm not like super tense about the game. I like exploring the towns and talking to the people, and it's just charming.
Well,
and like I like sitting back and enjoying that.
And Dragon Quest VIII is one of you've told me that's one of your favorites.
It's one of my favorites, yeah.
And so it's kind of like they always say, like, I wish I could watch that movie again and erase my memory and watch it again. And it almost seems like that. Like, you get to play Dragon Quest VIII again, but it's not Dragon Quest VIII. And you never played it, but it's familiar.
Sure, and that's exactly. I just want to have something familiar. I'll just put it on and.
The next you're getting ready to leave us. To think, it's been so many years already since old Chalky found you floating in.
Oh yeah, at the beginning, I don't think they told him that. I guess that's why he stopped. I was floating down the river, and they found me.
Oh, so Amber's not your mom?
Yeah, like my real mom.
Man, I didn't know that. Then
Big
how does
twist.
she know anything about you?
I think the grandfather said it. The grandfather spilled the beans.
That's a big trope in these games, man. The orphan. That was
Yeah.
in Xenogears too, wasn't it?
I think so.
I tried picking that game up again, and I'm gonna just have to start that one over. I tried picking up my save.
Yeah, you gotta.
Dude, I had no idea what was going on. I had trouble getting into the battle system in that game.
When you meet the King of Heliodor,
Put in a good word.
if he finds out this is the village where the loot.
Oh, you are terrible. Just you to be.
I love these games having voice acting now. I just love look at all these characters. Like
The character design's on point, and I
They're
have a feeling
awesome.
the monster design's gonna be really good too.
yeah, they're just awesome. Travis, I'm curious. Has your dad ever seen Interstellar? Why did you say his dad? So specific of a question.
My dad?
Has your
Is that
dad
what it
ever seen
says?
Interstellar? Yeah. Has your dad ever seen Interstellar?
What were we even just talking about? I don't know. I have no idea if
My dad's never seen Interstellar.
my father has ever seen Interstellar. Last I talked to him, he hasn't.
You know what? He might be trying to see if you're the Luminary.
Oh, might be.
Yeah.
He is. I don't think he catches a lot of movies. He watches a lot of TV.
And Farming Simulator.
And yeah. Yeah. So actually, it depends if you mean my dad or my stepdad.
Oh yeah, he's that. Yeah, I got mixed up.
So my dad, he watches. I don't know. He watches stuff. I have a little half brother. I have a little brother. He's a real person, but.
He's asking because of the farmer subject the last week.
That's what's right. You know about my stepdad. I was like, man, when have I ever talked about my dad on it? My stepdad. He has not seen Interstellar. He is a very interesting guy, though. I would love to get his take on Interstellar.
He would be fun for a hangout for Farming Simulator.
Mr. Scott would be great. He loves Burn Notice. Every night, this guy comes home and he watches Burn Notice. every single night. He loves Burn Notice. He watches Farming Simulator on
Gosh,
YouTube.
I would pay money to have him come over.
Yeah, it would be worth it. It would be worth it. He'd be like, what is this? Like,
do a commentary.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be the funniest thing on planet
Yeah,
Earth.
and his favorite movie is Avatar. He
Loves Avatar.
every time I go over there, either Die Hard, John Wick, or Avatar, or Burn Notice is on the TV. Those 4 things exclusively.
So
That's
he
it.
can't watch Interstellar.
Burn
He don't
Notice,
watch it.
Die Hard, John Wick, or that. He also watches Fletch.
You'll find
That's good.
Heliodor
They also added you can ride horses now, and I think mounts. You can like fly around eventually too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can fly around now, but
I love Interstellar though. I've seen Interstellar.
yeah, I like that.
Dude, I freaking love it. I honestly think that's my favorite movie from.
And he said he has good taste. That's all. The
Right on. We'll have to. I'll let him know. He's a simple man, but he loves his things he loves, man.
Yep, everybody's saying goodbye.
This is like.
Wait!
There's hair physics.
Good hair physics. Gemma, I like the bomb.
Take it.
I thought Gemma would come with me. Gemma's charm.
Safe.
Look at that dog.
I heard there are lots of monsters. Oh, I don't know what's in store for you out there. But wherever you go,
Don't forget about him.
and remember,
You're losing your waifu.
My waifu is Gonzo. And I'm Gonzo. Goodbye! This is where Dark Souls begins.
I love how it says keep an eye out for exclamation marks, and there's literally an exclamation mark directly after that sentence. Alright.
Horses are an incredibly convenient way to cover large amounts of ground in very little time, but you'll sometimes have to enter areas that can only be explored on foot. Don't despair though, a ring on one of the many summoning bells dotted around it will soon bring your faithful friend galloping to your side. Okay, I just gotta find a bell.
So is this overworld technically?
Yeah, this is an overworld. And they have that in 8.
So when you enter overworld, does it I guess I'll see in a second.
And what if... I'm sure there's button. Okay, I'll figure it out.
I wonder if it's similar to Ni no Kuni's overworld. What happened to Ni no Kuni 2? Are you not going to play that?
Nope. I just heard that game... I mean, it had that system of, like, the buildings and building your kingdom and stuff, and at first that looked kind of cool, but the more I watched this, I said, this is the most boring thing I've ever watched.
Can I tell you something? I want to play this game now, because I heard the way that game opens, and it is unlike anything I've ever heard.
Of Ni no
Kuni 2.
How does it open?
That game opens, my understanding, modern day, with the president
Really?
in a car, and he gets, like, attacked.
Oh, wow.
And then somehow that links back into like his mind or something, and he goes back like to another time.
Oh,
like it's like
okay.
modern day, and there's like a gunfight or something. Like it's crazy. I don't know. Somebody was talking about that. I don't know if I.
So these are
nailed
the
that,
enemies,
but-
and another new
Oh,
change.
those little puffballs.
Another new change that's welcomed is that. So here's the battle system. Again, I'm running around, but I'm like it's turn-based. You know what I mean? Like I'm still.
Yes,
It
this
doesn't
is-
matter. I'm able to move, but like.
And it's not yeah. What happens if you're far away and you hit attack?
It doesn't matter.
I like that you can run around, so you can kind of just do something. That
Yeah, you can just do stuff where you.
Go really far away.
Oh, I get. Maybe you can run. No, I did. He did miss me on that one.
So you run up if you hit attack.
Ooh, I blocked because I had the shield. I guess that'll randomly happen.
That's actually really interesting that you can run around.
So yeah, this is as traditional as it gets. There's even that that classic like sound from the old Dragon Quest when you win. But you also, I don't even know how you do it. There's a way to let me see, to change the no, not that. Battle mode. Okay, yeah. I can change it to classic mode. Now look, when I watch this, this changes to the absolute classic of what this used to be. So it's that first person view. This is how the dragons... Oh no, why didn't it do that? Okay, it kind of...
It's like
okay, it is
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 8 and all that stuff. So yeah, you can change the
So
classic,
this
you
brings
can
up
change
the
the
second
new.
question I had, which was, you told me you were done with these because you were done with the animations and the waiting, and
Yeah, so I did start this one up and I went, I can sprint, but why can't I hit this and go fast forward? Like, I was kind of bummed about that, and that is something I'm still struggling. And with this game, I welcome those changes they did of like I can run away from an enemy, I don't have to like fight all of them. Whereas Dragon Quest VIII, it was random battles, which like I definitely couldn't put up with that. But I do wonder, playing this, I think that it is time for a Breath of the Wild level reimagining of the series.
Yeah.
I don't think this game is bad. I've only played like 40 minutes of this, and I'm still enjoying. I knew what I was getting. I had to watch a couple videos to really see what I was getting into. I wish I could this needs to have fast forwarding in it. It just needs to.
I do think that when you have the freeform, it doesn't necessarily go faster, but it doesn't do all these cutaways, and you can run around, so you don't find yourself tapping the button.
Yeah, this is actually slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It actually is faster with the
I'm
other
gonna look
way.
up some details on that Ni no Kuni thing so I can know if I was quoting that correctly.
Right, it is faster. Or at least it seems like it's faster. So I do like the changes. I like the sprinting. I like that you can jump now, and they give you... There's treasure chests in different places, whatever. I'm playing for the coziness. I'm playing for this kind of classic RPG. I like this kind of stuff. I don't know, but it is absolutely due for like some crazy reimagining like Breath of the Wild.
So, Ni no Kuni, the game begins with Roland witnessing a missile exploding over a city.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so maybe I didn't have all the details. Something to do with a final, or anyway. So that got me interested because I realized it's a little bit different. So we've kind of flip-flopped because I wasn't interested when I saw the battle system for Ni no Kuni 2, but you...
I watched enough of it and I said this isn't worth my time. And then I heard there was a lot of issues of like... People were saying, yeah, it takes 10 hours to get into it and whatever. And I was like,
yeah,
that didn't look like it for me. But this, for some reason, I was ready to have a game like this again. And it didn't look like it was...
How do you even do
that system of getting the kingdoms and stuff looked like it got too much in the way.
Well, how would they go about doing a Breath of the Wild reimagining for like these JRPGs? It would have to involve...
Oh my gosh, I just killed that thing.
Oh, man.
Okay, now this is what I signed up for. Let's see what happens. Okay, I just...
So why is that not true?
Oh, I think all it's doing is I'm basically... I just don't start the battle. If I just walk up to it, I think I can start the battle. Like this one, let's see. Yeah, that'll start the battle. And you can actually come up to it like Paper Mario, and if you actually get the hit in on the map, it like takes it off when you start the battle. Like you start off some HP. Oh, I keep forgetting to change
so they don't have health bars. Nice.
Slime, please.
I do think that my next big budget new RPG is going to be Persona 5.
No, that one really scares me. And it's funny because like...
I think you'll love that game. Just the style and stuff.
Yeah.
I think you would end up loving it. It does look like a huge time commitment though. What's 100 hours?
Persona 5 is. I wouldn't go there. If the monsters up there will make mincemeat of you. Head north. So yeah, I want this to go through... After playing Dragon Quest, a lot of these games kind of feel like old hat, and it's time to like change up some kind of these formulas.
Yeah.
I think Dragon Quest is due for that. Like, just change it up. Like, really. Even Final Fantasy 15, as much as I have issues with that, did that.
They went for it.
They went nuts, and I think they kind of reimagined a lot of stuff. So.
Is that game? That game really is not turn-based. That is full action.
What, 15?
Correct.
Yes, it's attacking, and then you wait. It's similar to this. You wait and attack. Like, you can move around and stuff, or... No, you do attack. It is kind of actiony, yeah. But I think you wait on spells. I think you do have to, like, kind of wait for stuff to come up, but attacking, yeah, you can keep attacking. Everybody doesn't want me to go anywhere.
That already seems kind of annoying a little bit.
Especially after Breath of the Wild. You know,
yeah, like you literally have an
really
NPC
spoiled.
everywhere you go. Like, oh, you can't go here. You don't have the treats yet. You need to go get the treats.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I need you to go out the east side.
Let me change before I freaking forget. I'm gonna change that. I do like too. They have an option to heal all, because in these old RPGs, you would have to go to heal and heal each individual person.
And then there's a handy heal all, which seems it would do it efficiently.
Yeah. But there's nobody to talk to at the moment.
That is the most old school menu I've ever seen, man.
Battle mode. We're going free form. What's that bat? You ran from me. Everybody's running from me. I'm scared. Look at this thing. It's pickle. Man, but look out there. Like, that's why I love this. Like, I want to get to that town. I want to see what's in there. And
Yeah.
a cruel cumber.
These are awesome designs.
Get away from me.
That's awesome.
So I do like you're in and out. Like, that's a fast
I like you
battle.
don't have to get back on your horse every time.
Yeah.
Enemies scale to your level.
I don't think they do. I think this is as classic as it comes for.
Because with it not being random time battle or random encounter, with it being truly you have to run into them.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could wind up severely underleveled.
Yeah, if you don't
you
fight,
can avoid things.
if you don't
the
fight,
game won't force you into battles.
yeah, if you don't fight, I think you can be underleveled.
Interesting. It immediately makes it a game that would be more fun.
Man,
to
just
speed
look at
run
those,
than
like,
random
it's just
encounters.
really cool
Yeah,
to look
that
at
looks
there.
great. The overworld seems more underworldy than I would have thought. Like, I was picturing like it would go up high, like
Yeah.
a Ni no Kuni.
Oh yeah, with Ni no Kuni, that was something I didn't like either. But I mean, that was kind of the first
didn't-
one.
you
The
didn't-
first one was kind of chibi, wasn't
Yeah.
it? You were on a chibi thing.
Yeah, I like that.
I think what people were saying is it kind of just didn't look good most of the time. Like,
Oh.
it just kind of wasn't interesting, kind of environments and stuff. Where this, I
I've
just
heard
love
this
lush.
game. I've heard this game. I won't obviously say anything, but I've heard the different areas in this game are just phenomenal.
Hold on a second.
What have we? It can be risky heading into the great outdoors if you aren't. See the remains of that fire over there? Well, when you spy one of those, just settle down for the night.
I'll do 5 minutes 15, dude.
Fire and examine it. You'll soon be
You can choose hard mode in the game.
In this game,
I think I just chose normal.
AOI. It seems like you're a Dragon Quest fan. Have you been playing this game? When did
you-
this come out?
Monsters while you
Tuesday.
Oh, ye of little faith. That statue over there is Chuck, and that's not all. You can pray to it to be cured of poison.
I think it was a mini church.
I think one of the things about this game that makes me think that it's so old school is the music.
Oh
It
yeah.
just loops and it just plays full on.
Well,
It's-
that was the
It's
big.
not like situational.
Yeah.
And like it. Like Breath of the Wild was just those little farts, and then
Yeah.
it's just like wind.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Well, that's all from me. If you ever.
I'm gonna camp, dude. This like forgot. Oh, we're good. What's that? It's my horse. Yeah, this is. I guess people. One thing they did complain about was the music in this game.
Really?
But I kind of dig it, but I wonder if it will get kind of
Wait.
annoying.
Isn't this the game with the music guy that nobody?
Yeah, there was controversy and stuff. So he's 2 for 2 on things that you shouldn't be doing. Bad music
yeah, I
and
feel
bad
like
opinions, I
If
guess.
you're gonna put up with a bonehead, might as well make good music.
Not now. Currently playing Earthbound for the first time, and
Wow.
Wind Waker on the Dolphin looks gorgeous. I bet it does.
Holy
Wind
crap,
Waker
that's
on
quite the combo.
Oh my gosh, like Dolphin and like what people have been able to do with that is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I wanna
wanna-
start using that.
Yeah.
Jacob uses it.
I'm gonna ask the statue for help. Help me. Oh, I can save. There's save points.
Confession. Ooh, those are cool. That's cool how it's these different
So you can like...
rights. What a freaking classic game.
Yeah, I'll continue the adventure. I don't need to do any of that stuff, but I think that
What's
like heals.
divination?
That
What
heals
is all
like
that
my
stuff?
like if I'm cursed, if I'm poisoned. I think that heals all that
That
stuff.
thing does something about see how much experience you need for something.
What can I buy? I'll buy more herbs. Can I just hit down and get? Yep, I can get max.
Nice.
And who is going to carry your purchase? I guess me. Nobody else is with me. Let's cancel. Yeah, what was on here to see how much
Go to the
experience?
second one. Learn how much experience each party member needs to reach it.
You need 57 experience to reach it. Can I not check that through the menus?
Looks like you can't. Yeah, Destiny you. Destiny makes game
There's
mechanics
no
out
way.
of things
Hold on.
that should just be given to you.
Hold
And this
on.
game
I don't
doesn't.
believe it. No, I can do it right there, yeah.
What do these other things do? Are they all useless things?
Break camp and continue to
Oh, this is kind of cool. So it's kind of like when you.
It is like Final
tent.
Fantasy 15, where you kind of, yeah, you're in that area. Well, Final Fantasy 15 doesn't let you, like, move around. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of like using the tent in Final Fantasy.
Except like you're like literally camping.
That's it. I'm killing these scroll cumbers. So we'll start heading on our own after this. I actually got some
So are there
spells.
status effects in this game?
Yeah, I'm gonna do. Oh, I don't want to flee. I had a tactic.
Oh wait.
Oh no, I got spells. Here we go. This
You
is it.
set tactics up.
Yeah, you can set to like attack. You can set somebody to like heal and stuff.
Can you set your guy to do something?
I'm gonna
Just have
die,
him-
dude.
Can you set your guy to do something and just have him keep doing
I'm
it?
gonna eat it if I don't use a herb. Gotta smoke a herb.
There's literally nothing to fret about. You have so much healing. Like they don't realize you're literally invincible. I love how they catch their spear right in their stomach.
I love the animations. Yeah, all
Yeah.
that stuff is just really cool. I dropped a treasure chest. These games, you just get in a flow. You're chilled and like you're just like you're leveling
Yeah.
up. I
That's
know
how
I need 47 more.
That's how
experience.
I've done all the Final Fantasy games. 7, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What are these?
I started 8.
Oh, those are weird. See, I saw that at the beginning of the game. One of those was walking, and they did something weird. I don't know what they are. What are they? Dun 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 dun. Dun. Okay, we're going to Dark Cave. Oh, there's some. Oh, they just ran and booked it.
AOI, did you tell us your favorite RPG? Did he already say that? I'd be
You asked him about
curious.
Dragon Quest, and he said no at the moment.
But I didn't know. He asked me my favorite. I never.
Oh, you're
I'd
trying
be
to
curious
get.
to know
You're
his
trying to
favorite.
see. Yeah, what is your favorite AOI? Hey, if you're watching, what's your favorite RPG? Have you played Dragon Quest 11?
And JRPGs versus
Western RPGs.
way RPGs.
Who's gonna win? I think it's JRPGs.
I think it's WRPGs.
Okay, so yeah, that's the first time I've seen that. The power of pep. Characters attacked a lot. Or undergo certain other trials and tribulations, they'll eventually enter in a nerve state known as being pepped up, which will boost
Pepped
their
up.
martial might for a while, but nothing lasts forever. After several terms have passed, they'll lose their glow and go back to being their normal selves. However, any characters who are pepped up when a battle ends will still be so when the next one begins.
You're very peppy.
Bam, I'm pepped up.
Like that.
But I had to get really weak to
I
do
love that end of battle noise. Bling.
Should I heal? Oh, and you can also press start to like, I'm auto running now.
Lantern?
You can auto
Have you
run.
been fighting those things already?
Yeah. Gemma's Charm. Can I use that? What does it do? A sweet, simple good luck gift which Gemma poured into her heart and soul.
Raises your defense.
Oh, then I should probably use it.
Is that
Or maybe I
use
should
or
keep it.
equip?
Can you equip it?
Heck yeah.
Oh, okay. It just was like an accessory. Okay.
Should have been wearing that the whole time.
What is that? Cobblestone Greatsword. I want that, dude. See
What happens if you use a thing that you actually should equip? Oh, you dropped your pot lid because it's a two-hander.
You know what? I'm going Dark Souls on it.
Yeah, I think you should two-hand that bad boy.
I'm going to. I'm also going to keep. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Terranigma released on the SNES, but it's exclusive to Europe and Japan. Number 2 is Final Fantasy X. Ah! I'm with you. Final Fantasy X is up there
that's
for me
your
as well.
game right there.
That one's up
I
there.
want to get to 10. I don't know if I've ever talked about this much on the show because I feel like, well, maybe this was after we'd started the podcast. I was playing through Final Fantasy. I started with 4, then 5, then 6, and 7. I got stuck on 8. I really need to get back on Final Fantasy 8 and finish that thing out. And then I already own 9 on PS4, so I'm ready to do that, and then I'll roll right on into 10. But you love 10.
Oh, I love 10.
I have
10
never
really started my love for RPGs in general. That was like the start.
Terranigma, I have never heard of that.
That being
It makes sense because it didn't come out here. Interesting, Terranigma. I'm gonna look that up.
It's an enigma to me right now. Hang on, you shouldn't go any further. Monster's up there. We want to go north.
Terranigma. Oh, I like that cover art.
I wish that this.
That's pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet. Who made that?
Quintet. Kamui Fujiwara.
The classic. Like Company. Who made it?
Do you ever wonder if there's just tons of games that are amazing that we don't know about because they just never came here?
Like Earthbound 3.
Also made by that same guy is a whole lot of stuff I also haven't heard of, so he had maybe a habit of not releasing things here. Huh.
Man, this greatsword is freaking awesome. It's the only game that I've seen that brings me to tears every time. Let me guess. Is it? Well, I don't. We don't.
No,
spoil
go for
it.
it. Go for it. I won't remember. I really won't remember. Somebody dies.
I bet someone does die. No, we'll let you play it first.
You're not that man. I'll tell you what. A good game can make you cry. What size of a game made you cry?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a really good question.
What is the last game that made you cry?
What have I gotten choked up on in the past?
You know what?
I could
Metal Gear Solid 3.
That was good.
The ending of that kind of got me.
Man, I'm having trouble. Okay.
Metal Gear Solid 4 definitely did. There was a multiple. You know what? Metal Gear Solid 4 teared me up bad because Metal Gear Solid 4 has some great fan service
See, I
stuff.
can think of shows like Lost teared me up real bad.
Oh yeah, 4. Lost destroyed me.
I can think of certain movies.
The games, it's kind of harder, huh?
Games, I'm having a tough time. I'm trying to think of games I really connected with. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I have a heart of stone.
You do have a heart of stone, dude.
I was very
No game
touched.
has ever made you cry?
I was very touched when I beat Ocarina of Time as a child because it just felt like this big adventure. It took me 2 years to beat that freaking game. I don't know that I cried. I think I did when Navi flew off. I think I teared up maybe.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
Nothing's ever made me like really
oh
choke
my
up.
gosh, I can't handle.
But the games that made me tear up.
The Last of Us, or not The Last of Us, The Last Guardian And that was a game
yeah.
I was a little... The Last Guardian I was a little bit mixed on.
Yeah.
But when I got to the ending of that game, I did get a little bit choked up. Because it was so beautiful the way that it
The
came
part
to
that
me.
got me was with the kid. Something happens to the kid or whatever. And I don't want to go into too big a spoiler. But something happens to the kid or whatever. That part, like in that, involving that actually really got me like teared up bad.
Thinking
but
back,
nothing
I
like
love
bowling,
the
nothing like
story
bowling
of that
really,
game
but-
and the way it you see it from different events from different perspectives throughout it. Maybe that's not the right word, but like you see like a thing and you're like, how did this kid even get here? And then when you really find out like how it ended up getting there and what happened with the little town.
All that stuff.
So that would definitely be a candidate of last game. I don't know that I shed a literal tear, but I definitely choked up. You know, like when you just go, like you can't
lump
breathe,
you get a lump in your throat.
throat, and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah. That would have been The Last Guardian. I got very emotionally connected to Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
I did not want to go and finish that game.
I don't know what this is. This is a new system. It's where you can use skill points to teach your party members new spells and abilities and also improve their attributes. When you unlock a particular panel, the one surrounding it will become available.
Oh, that's really cool.
I like this kind of system.
That looks very cool. You got your 3 branches, and the 2 of them connect in the middle.
Ooh, should I join my luminary branch? Because I am a luminary.
It's interesting that swords, that those can end up connecting.
Yes.
Nice. So this is where some of the depth comes in. That's pretty sweet.
So I'm going to be a swordsman. I'm going to be a swordsman. Yeah, like shows like Lost definitely like had me like tears
The finale of that
coming
show
down my
just
eyes,
had
coming
me.
down my face. But
Interstellar, you brought up Interstellar. That movie in the
that had
theaters,
me tearing up. Yeah.
both times I saw it, man. Just the way it ends with there's the ending, literal ending, which didn't make me tear up, but with the character and the way the whole plot comes through with him and his daughter when that comes to a resolution. Oh my gosh, man!
He's asking movies now. Now we can get more. That's,
Yeah.
I will say when you mention movies, one that I've cried for like reasons for like, oh, this is emotionally like moving. But I actually tear up sometimes if something is artistically beautiful or perfect or like, oh my gosh, this was
It's not sad. Generally, it's not the things that are actually sad.
But coming as like a creative person, as a person that creates and stuff like that, when I see stuff that like I hear music or like games sometimes can do that. Like wow, like Breath of the Wild had me tearing up of how well things were placed together and stuff.
Sure.
There could just be I can just get emotional and like wow, this was put together so beautifully. It's tearing me up. And the movie of Mulholland Drive. There's a part in that movie that's something that movie is so just mysterious and like vague on things and just very weird, like David Lynch's other work. But there's a part of that movie where things kind of like came to a head of just like beautiful, like you're interpreting a lot of stuff, and like it like killed me.
Yeah.
I was like, this was so crazy what he did like in that movie, and just like that movie is a 10 out of 10. And so I get moved if art itself is beautiful or like a lot of thought was put into it, but I'm trying to think. There was something that really that has killed me before.
Things that typically kill me are it's similar to what you're saying, where things kind of come together in a way where like it's actually not sad. It's just kind of
I
like
love this coming into
very deep. Like it's a very deep thing. I know the ending when I was a kid. The ending of Forrest Gump made me cry, and it's not even sad. He's just taking his kid to the bus stop.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Like this guy went through all this stuff, and he finally has a kid, and he can just love this kid, and this kid will love him back, and it doesn't matter if he's mentally issues or whatever he's ever done. That really touched me because I was just like, he has this person, and they're not going to leave him. They're not going to cheat on him. They're not going to run away.
Dad-son stuff. Any
dad's
movies destroys me.
And I think that kind of stuff, and that maybe is why Interstellar really got me because it was that parent-daughter, that father-daughter thing. Even though
wait till we get kids, and then
it transcends. And then there was one other one I was thinking of. What was that? Oh, this was recent. The most recent movie to truly like, watched it with my girlfriend. I couldn't talk to her right after, and I did not anticipate that. I thought this was just going to be a good movie. I heard it was a good movie. I watched Your Name, and I don't know why that anime movie.
Yeah.
I got to the end of that movie, and it just got me so bad because it was just so beautiful. Like, and it was just like this thing, and you know, this guy and this girl, and you just didn't know, and then you're like, there's a big plot twist about halfway to 2/3 into that movie where you're like, oh, like they're never ever going to see each other. Yeah. Like it's like not that they ever saw each other, but like it's over for them, and it all comes around in a way that was very like. Mundane, I don't know, not mundane in a bad way, but just like life has a way of kind of carrying things forward. Yeah. And it just hit me. I was like, what a beautiful movie. Kind of like what you said. It wasn't sad. It wasn't like
things are.
It wasn't tragic. It would just artistically touch me. Like, man, like they just if they drew a perfect arc and they got the movie to come to like a perfect conclusion. In a very positive, not really melancholy way. But generally, like the things that go for tearjerkers, like. The dog is dead. You know what I mean? That stuff doesn't make me cry. I don't cry when they kill the dog. I cry when it like really hits.
Back on Dad, Son stuff. The movie Big Fish.
Never heard of it.
It's a Tim Burton film. And it has a lot to do with the Dad, Son stuff or whatever. That movie, when I was a kid, teared me up because I watched it with my dad. And I turned around and I was like, "What'd you think of that?" And he had fallen asleep. He was watching it. But I watched it more recently, I would say about 5-6 years ago, and it destroyed me like waterworks. Wow. And I was like, that movie absolutely destroyed me. So Big Fish is a good one. Big Fish is a good one. The Lost, when it comes to TV shows, Lost
is like... Lost has episodes. Lost has single moments that make me tear up. Like John Locke, some of his moments. There's not. I don't believe for me there's a more emotionally charged television show than Lost.
Yeah, for me too.
I feel like every time we do a Hangouts, we just end up talking about Lost.
It all comes back to Lost. And recently, one that actually made I was tearing up continuously through it, and I was doing it in the theater. Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That just had me continually like.
Yeah, that's like a documentary.
Losing my mind.
Trying to pull strings on you.
Gosh, it was making me lose my freaking mind watching that. And there's nothing going on. Maybe I should stick to the main drag, loitering in the back alleys. So there's all these goofy characters, like part of this town. I just love all this stuff.
Another one that's more of like an artistic thing. It didn't make me cry, but it did make me choke up. Was the ending of Fez, because I played that game.
Yeah.
That was the first indie game I ever played, and I just got so into it. And it just has this really cool ending where you're just kind of zoning out and taking it all in.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome.
He's too scared to jump in the chimney. I'm just in somebody's house. So this guy has left a note saying, I love watching people in the alleyways look at my treasure that's in the house they can't access. I just love doing that. And knowing that it's completely inaccessible and they'll never get it.
Idiot.
What are those things? I keep seeing them pop up.
Some of this reminds me of like running around Ocarina of Time's town, but you have full 3D control of the camera.
Yeah.
Just like the alleyways and the music.
I keep hitting start to try to get to my menu, and that's auto run, so it just runs on its own. I'm gonna go to equipment.
I like the music, but I could see how some people would think it's a little repetitive and grating. One thing, and this is a subtle thing that a lot of games, even Japanese games, Breath of the Wild did it, is environment affecting the filter on the sound. So like a lot of games will have like this score going, but then when you go into the house, it'll filter the score down so that it sounds like it's outside and you're inside. Or like they'll just do little things that add like a nice sense of dimension. And this is just the track at full blast constantly. When you're in the house, it's still loud. When you're out of the house, when you're talking to somebody, when you're in the meadow, like whatever track is playing in this set is what is playing.
Banjo-Kazooie did
Even
it well.
Ocarina of Time did that, where you run in the back alleys and you still hear the town's music, but it's quieter.
Yeah.
And that is a level of polish that I actually think is interesting for... I mean, the game's gorgeous, but I find it interesting, and that goes back to maybe they were just going for something simpler, like just play the track for the town.
Or that guy was too busy having controversial opinions to work on the music. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to say something real fricked up.
So
stupid.
most of these buildings inaccessible.
Hey, John, can you clean up the music a little bit? I think I'm going to say something really stupid instead. We really need the music fixed up. People are saying it's a little repetitive. Yeah, but what about this?
You might be on the hot seat, man. I tell you what.
What about this? Just read this thing I wrote online. The music sucks, and I don't like what you said. You know the way to just one goal on mine to catch a glimpse of two degrees. That is me, dude. They did put me in the game.
If you're the luminary, that's you.
I was reborn in this game.
I want to believe they saw you on that Kojima Tube stream, and they literally were like, let's put that guy in our game because it looks just like you.
Yeah, that's definitely me. That is me, right? That has to be. Yeah, this is me. He's talking too much, and I have to help him out. Will you acquiesce to this request? That was something in the original Dragon, because I played the first Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest, whatever you call it, Dragon Quest 8, and this. This is the only three.
Did you say acquiesce?
It says acquiesce.
Acquiesce.
Acquiesce, is that what it said?
Hey, I had a moment like that today, where you know the word like epitome, like it was the epitome of blah blah blah. Whenever I've always read that, and I thank goodness I've never had to read this out loud, I've always read it as the epitome. And I would always read it as this is the epitome of blah blah blah. And then I made the connection today. I said, oh, that's epitome. That's how you spell epitome.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there are words that I read them one way and I say them another way, and then when you realize it, you're like, I hope I've never said that out loud. Like, it was the epitome of blah blah blah. It's epitome.
I have two for you. One last night, there's an episode of Lost called Tracy Tanaka is Dead is the name of the episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
Is that the one with Nikki and Paulo?
No, that's the name of their episode. I think that's just the name of their episode, but that's a separate one. And with this one, I looked at it because me and my wife were watching it, and I was like, okay, next episode is Tracia Tanaka is Dead. She's like, what'd you say? And I was like, Tracia is like, it's Tracy. It's right there. It's that or something. Tracia. But
Tracia.
I also our friend Devin, you might have saw him on the podcast before. We were playing. We're taking a look around the city. So if you see bookshelves with red books, then take a closer look. They're the ones worth reading. If you find a book about Jasper, now I think Jasper was in 8, Dragon Quest 8. I think he was like the enemy of that, or a king or something. I think he's connected. AOI 2012. If you know, let us know. Don't leave us hanging.
How much more games would do that? You talk to an NPC and it seems like it's the old hero from a different game and you don't realize it.
Yeah. We were playing Toe Jam and Earl. They're about to make a new one actually that's coming out this year. But there's an item on there that I looked at and I was like, oh, let's change to that. And I said, let's get the hit tops. Get the hit tops. And he goes, what are hit tops? I said, right there on the screen, like, get the hit tops. And he said,
gosh.
And they were shoes. And he said, high tops? And we died laughing. That's what we kept calling the whole. It's like, get the hit tops.
Dude, we've all had that. Jacob's had some great ones too.
Yeah, Jacob's had some good ones too. You gotta pray.
It's about time to save, man.
It's time to pray. You gotta pray.
Oh, you're back at church. Who's this kid?
He looks like I've got nothing to do.
Is he literally sign languaging? Like.
No, I think he just was up to meanness. That looks like a Dragon Ball character, though. He looks like he's up to meanness. Hear my prayer.
Have they never made like a Dragon Ball RPG?
I was gonna say, I think the newer ones, aren't they?
Xenoverse.
Yeah.
That looked like an MMO. Maybe it is an RPG. But like a single player, big old RPG.
Yep. They should take that idea and run with it. Hour 36 we've been playing. No, get me out of here. Run faster, I'm out of church. I'm bucking it. It's a cool little town. So like I said, I really like this, and I am going to like gel into this and just turn my brain off and just play and maybe put some music on and go fight in the overworld. I love this stuff. I love talking to the characters, kind of figuring out like, oh, okay. I heard the character arcs and the character development is really good in this too. Like, I love just learning a lot about the characters, all that stuff.
That's good.
So they have all that, but I will say, like, man, give me a button to speed up a little. I do like that it's more active. That is a step in the right direction, but I think these games are ready to go nuts like Breath of the Wild was. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what it means to really but I think it's time for the whole thing to be changed. I don't know. There's just certain formulas they kind of feel still anchored to, you know what I mean? Like, you run up and attack, and you
They
hit
need to
attack
figure out what
this,
does
it's
open
like,
world mean for Dragon Quest.
yeah, I think it's time that you really change that formula up and like stop being anchored to like some of these old level things or whatever.
Do you think that any of these developers sit back after post Breath of the Wild on the game that they're already like deep in development on and just say,
we're screwed?
yep.
Yeah.
Because I've heard some of that, because Spider-Man's being received really positively, but I've seen some critics, even who gave it like 8 out of 10 out of 10, say, game's great, man, in a post-Breath of the Wild world, that open world is kind of bare.
Yeah, I think...
Like, they have to know.
That kind of killed a lot of stuff. AOI 2012 says Dragon Ball has 2 really good RPGs on the DS.
DS seems like it has a lot of great stuff on it.
It did. It had some great stuff. But I think we're gonna call it. I think we're gonna call the stream. We made it to this magical Hellador.
Hellador. That's a cool little archway.
That is a cool archway. Graphically great. I think it's still kind of anchored in some of these old kind of stuff that plays in a post. Now I think the next one maybe it'll go nuts. Maybe they sell Breath of the Wild.
It literally is. If this is your thing, you're gonna love it.
If you liked PS2 RPGs, like Dragon Quest VIII was one of my favorite of all time. I'm having a good time, like getting back into it. Like you said, like getting to see a movie all over again for the first time. I just want to get into this world again. I want to explore every nook and cranny and stuff. So I'm excited to get into it. But thank you for watching. Maybe you want to know when you go on live next time. What are you gonna be playing? Check out DweeboYT on Twitter. I encourage you to follow that because that is where we'll be posting all the videos, all the good information that you need. We've got some fun hangouts. We've got some really fun ones. We're planning out some hangouts and stuff. We got some cool stuff coming up.
Yes.
Very soon. This month is so many like new games and stuff. Perhaps you'll see some of those new games coming up. But look forward. I kind of teased it before, and actually I kind of said, yeah, that'll definitely happen. So I believe next week's hangout will be Spider-Man. Spider-Man will be the next one. Beautiful graphic, good night and good weekend, Travis and Dweebo. Glad to see no demons in today's stream. Yep, no demons this time.
No demons today.
No demons today. So thanks for watching.
Have a great night.
Next week will be Spider-Man. So with great power comes great responsibility. So we hope to handle that well for you guys. So thanks for watching. And you know what we're gonna let. What should we go out on? Can I do first person view?
Yeah. What are they doing?
Well, I need to get closer.
They are not getting along.
Where'd they go?
What?
Okay.
Wow.
Look at that.
Looks like me as an old man.
Travis is an old man, everybody. Alright, thanks for watching. Great ending. Thanks. You're welcome.